What's going on, everyone? We're back with a brand new video, and as most of you know, the NBA draft wrapped up its second round today, and what came as a little surprise to anybody, Bronny James was taken by the Los Angeles Lakers with the 55th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. And, since this whole draft process, from him entering the draft and going through the combine and that whole process, considering the level of play that he displayed at the collegiate level, a lot of people thought that the reason why he even got as far as he did to the point of getting drafted was not so much based on his game, but more or less of his name, being LeBron James' son. And once he got drafted, obviously that picked up. And so there was an article here that came across my desk, and this comes to us from SB Nation, and this was written by Mr. Harrison Fagan, and it's entitled, Woj fires back at Bronny James nepotism complaints. The NBA is full of nepotism. Bronny James getting drafted by the Lakers is a potential example of NBA nepotism, but it is far from the only one in the league's long history. As expected, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, the topic of nepotism came up during the broadcast of the 2024 NBA Draft as the inevitable selection of Bronny James by the Los Angeles Lakers neared. And with Bronny's agent, Rich Paul, reportedly telling any team trying to draft him that LeBron James' son will play in Australia if he's selected against his will, it's no surprise that some, unfamiliar with that specific agent tactic, would get upset. But NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski had a message for viewers watching NBA at home. Anyone crying about nepotism influencing the LeBron James pick should turn their eye to the entire league, not just LeBron James, Bronny, and the Lakers. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you actually hear what Woj had to say for himself, and this comes straight from the NBA's draft broadcast, right after the pick, or right after the draft. One of them.
Who's blessed your franchise with a championship, with box office appeal, marketability, etc. What LeBron James has done for the organization, a willingness to sit up there and to do that, to show that you take care of your own, is a big deal.
You know what? And I don't want to hear these charges, people talking about nepotism. No, the NBA is full of nepotism.
Full of it.
The ownership level, front offices,
absolutely,
coaching. Yep. I don't want to hear it all of a sudden because of Bronny James' father plays for the Lakers. It is rampant in this league.
That is
All right, so there you have it. That was from Woj. And first of all, let me go back a little bit. The Rich Paul comments. First of all, shut the hell up, Rich Paul. Because here you want to threaten a team that could potentially draft a guy who in nearly any other year wouldn't even be sniffing the draft if you were anyone else. And you're going to threaten with taking him to Australia. Go right ahead. It's stuff like that is why people have a disdain for the clutch sports machine. It's stuff like that. And moving on to the other part, this is something I never thought I would say, but Woj, you shut the hell up too, because really I'm surprised at you saying this whole thing. Because here's the thing: when people say stuff like that, these folks get on TV. It's really insulting to our intelligence as viewers, as fans of the game of basketball. Because we're not stupid. We can see, we know good and darn well that if his name was I don't know, Willis Jackson, and he was, the backup point guard at UCLA with those same numbers, would we even be having this conversation? We would not. Because teams wouldn't even be looking at him. And we know this. Like we're not stupid. We know there's very few uh, on and on starting point guards that average under 8 points a game that have one of the highest powered agents in the game advocating for them. That's not normal. Now you can say that, well, it's part of who he is, and that is what it is. But don't sit up here and try to tell us that didn't play any role in this, considering the track record of his father getting the people in that he wants and exercising his influence to do it through his own career. So why in the blue hell would we think that he wouldn't try to exercise the same level of power and influence as it relates to getting his son into the league? And these people get on TV and continually, say anything like we're just completely stupid and we can't see what's going on directly in front of us. So I'm really surprised for him to jump up and put the cape on like that. It was very similar to remember the video we did with Kendrick Perkins, and he was just at a loss for Ramona Shelburne and Chinea Gumake, saying that there was nothing wrong with what he was doing, and basically him not earning it is what they were basically saying, that's okay. And that's what Woj is saying. And here's the other thing, and then I want to end it off with this, because the thing about it is this: his comments were not only ridiculous, but you got to think it also exposes the NBA to a sense, to where you're basically saying, well, of course you're basically saying it's a good old boys club, and it's not about your talent, skill, or influence. It's about who knows you and who likes you. And we've kind of, and to be completely fair, with what Woj had to say, in all honesty here, we've heard this before, with a front office guy, a GM, what used to be a GM, and now they're saying, the VP of basketball ops comes in. What does he want to do? He wants to bring in his guys, the people he knows. Now, can you say, is that nepotism? The argument can be made there, and you would certainly have a case for it. So, in a sense, he's not making that part is not wrong. But I think what people take issue with, and let's be honest, because you can say, well, it's because it's LeBron James, and you say that, but I didn't see Mike Jordan trying to push his sons into the league. Just saying. And I think there should be a certain, and he could come into the league, and I'm speaking purely speculatively right now because I don't want this video to go on. It's possible he could use this as motivation to prove people wrong, that he's just not the proverbial Richie Rich of the NBA, that he's really got the game and he's not just leaning on his name to get to the fame. That's perfectly fine, and that could be the case. And if that is, I would love to see it, because I don't want to talk down on this brother at all. Like I said, I want to see him make it and be most as successful as he can be. But I did think that was interesting that his comments actually exposed that the NBA is not a meritocracy. But and I want to come back to from a player's standpoint, and if I'm a fan of a team, I don't want nepotism when it comes to players on my team getting drafted. Okay, I don't want you drafting a player because that's the GM's kid's neighbor's friend or that's his nephew. We want, and I'm speaking as an NBA fan who has a team, we want our teams to draft the best players possible. Period. You don't care who's the mother, who's the father, what color they are, none of that. Can they play? Can they contribute to winning basketball for my favorite team? That's all we care about. If this other stuff is coming into the equation, that's when people are having an issue with it. So yeah, like I said, that was something that I wanted to talk about really quick, because when I saw this article, I was like, whoa, folks getting on, they getting up in their feelings about this situation. So what do you think about, the Bronny getting drafted, that whole process, the nepotism allegations, what Woj had to say. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section and let's have a conversation about it. And as always, thank you all for spending a few moments with us. I'll be back with more videos real soon. And as always, make sure to tell the ones that you love them. Peace.